Ladies and gentlemen, Season 2 of Warzone 2 and Modern Warfare 2 is officially here. It is not actually out yet. It comes out at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, but they have released the patch notes detailing everything that's new and everything that has changed within Season 2. So in this video, what we're going to do is go through these patch notes and talk about everything that has changed completely. So that way, once Season 2 is actually out, you can get your hands on it right away, know everything that is new, and everything that has changed, and be completely up to date as to what is going on. So let's dive into those patch notes and see everything that has changed within Season. All right, so here we go, Season 2 patch notes. It starts off with the launch trailer, which we've already gone over on the channel. As far as the details, it says Wednesday, February 15th is when it comes out, which is today. The main things that they are talking about here are the Resurgence is back with Ashika Island, the Path of Ronin challenges, vanquish your opponents like a true warrior with a new Ronin operator and 5 new weapons during the season, 3 of which are available for free within the Battle Pass, and a personal new watercraft vehicle. So the first thing that we have here is the Path of Ronin event. So what it says here is the Path of Ronin will present players with a variety of challenges spanning several weeks based on 7 virtues of Bushido: integrity, respect, courage, honor, compassion, sincerity, and loyalty. Each of these 7 challenges comes with a reward for completion, which can include an operator skin, weapon blueprint, weapon charm, and more. The first 3 of these challenges will go live at the season launch, with 2 more each of the following week. This is cool. This is really awesome. This is something I said that they should do for a really long time in Call of Duty, and they are finally doing it. Essentially what they're doing here is weekly events. So for the first week, 3 challenges are available. If you complete all of those, the next week, 2 more are available. The week after that, 2 more are available. And then when you complete it, you get the crossbow once you've completed all of them. Big thumbs up in my book. They should have done stuff like this a lot earlier. I hope they do a lot more, and I hope people like it. But based off of what I'm seeing, big thumbs up in my book. After this, we have progression. So progression now goes up to Prestige 9 and level 450. That's the maximum that can be achieved in Season 2. Weapons. We have the ISO Hemlock. This is a powerful assault rifle. Basically, it uses 5.56 ammo or subsonic .300 BLK ammunition, providing battlefield advantage, and can be acquired via the Season 2 Battle Pass. The second one is the KV Broadside Shotgun. This is a 12-gauge shotgun in the Kastov platform. It's a semi-auto firing shotgun. And then we have the Kodachis. This is a melee weapon where you move slower towards your target, but you have longer range attacks. And then finally, upon completing the Path of Ronin, you can get the Marksman Rifle, which is the crossbow. So now we get into our weapon balancing. With this, I am going to go through this quickly, and I am just going to tell you whether or not the weapon was buffed or nerfed. If you want to read exactly what happened, you can pause the screen or check out the patch notes linked down in the description. The M13 has an overall buff. The Kastov 7.62 is overall nerfed. The Lockman 5.56 semi-auto specifically got buffed, and similar with the M4, the semi-auto got buffed. The rest of the weapon is the same. The STB just had a bug fix with it. The Lockman 5.56 essentially had a nerf to full auto, but a buff to semi-auto. FTAC Recon, based off of what I'm seeing, overall got a nerf, but has faster ADS time and better lower body damage. You just do less body damage to the upper body and head, so I don't know, but it seems a little bit worse overall. The SO14 overall had a buff. The TAC V had an overall very large nerf. The X13 had a nerf to Akimbo, but a buff overall. The Strela P and RPG overall got buffed, but again, read those if you want more information. The RPK overall got a very large nerf. It'll be much worse than it was before, and the RAL got increased recoil. EBR 14 overall got a pretty large buff, and I'm actually guessing that this might be a good weapon to use now if you use the right attachments. LMS just had added minimum damage against armor, and the TAC M got a pretty large buff with a slight increase to fire rate and more upper torso damage, so overall a good thing there. One thing that they did with melee, this is a big thing, is that it takes 3 hits to kill someone with full armor with a non-knife. Big positive in my book. The Vaznev 9K got a nerf. The Miniback got quite a big nerf. Fennec also got a nerf. So overall, the SMGs are going to be worse within Season 2. And the Signal 50 got a nerf. So it appears as though sniper rifles are still not going to be one-shot headshots to the head. As far as vehicles goes, there was some vehicle tuning, but also they have added in the Skidoo, or the watercraft as they're calling it. Operators, we have Ronin as the new operator. Audio adjustments specifically to proximity chat and improved sound effects when reloading underwater. There's also some other audio fixes as well. Some social bug fixes, lots there you can read through if you'd like to. UI improvements, we've talked about this. I'm actually very curious to see what this looks like once we're in game. Global bug fixes and PC settings have been updated. They have added a party finder option to the raid lobby. That's good. More people will play the raid. That's a good thing in my book. Fix some issues, and then cooperative here. As far as multiplayer goes, we have new game modes. We have Infected, Gun Game, Grind, and Hardcore. And then we have new maps, which are Dome, Valderas Museum, which is just museum from the beta, Zaya Observatory, and Al Malik International for our battle maps. Then we have ranked play. You can read through this if you want. It goes through all of the different rule sets, how the different SR ratings work. I think this is actually pretty good. I think it's going to be one of the best ranked plays we've seen in a very long time. The top 250 leaderboard, things along those lines, the way the ranks work, and everything that you can earn through ranking up and grinding out that. We then get into Warzone 2. This mainly talks about Ashika Island and the new map and the various different locations within it. I'm not going to go through all of this. We've talked about this map very much in depth. We have map updates to Al-Mazar. First of all, we have the downed aircraft at the Satit Caves. You have underground tunnels in Suburbs 14. You have a new passenger train moving counter-directional to the existing cargo train. That's pretty interesting. Added a path through the cliffside at North Zarqwa Hydroelectric, and they added a vehicle ramp to the garage rooftop in Al Malik International. That's pretty cool. And then, of course, the Gulag is now 1v1 for Season 1. As far as playlists go, we have Al-Mazara, we have solos, duos, trios, and quads. Then we have Ashika Island, which is going to be quads only at launch with the max players of 52, so a little bit higher there. And that appears to be the only playlist at launch for Ashika Island, which is kind of crappy. I wish they had more there. They have new score events and things like that. I'm not going to go through all of that. As far as gameplay features, there's now a counter UAV as a new kill streak. I don't see too many people using that. Also, redeploy packs are a new piece of equipment. We kind of know what that are. And then we have Restore Honor event, which is when you or a teammate dies, you can pick up their dog tags, and it's going to give you a UAV ping and an extra $1,000. And our in season, we have a search and seizure contract, and as well as the data heist contract and redeploy drones all coming in season. And then the Rusher, they didn't release. I thought this one was coming out at the beginning of Season 2, but the Rusher who comes and stabs you is not going to be there. It also goes in depth with the new cash economy here. So the minimum amount of money you can find on the ground is 500. Same with cash registers, basic supply boxes, and legendary is up to 800. So you'll find more there. There's no more 3-plate vests in Warzone. So Gulag redeployment, you will redeploy with 3 plates. Infill deployment, you start with 2 plates. And Resurgence, you start with 2 plates as well. Also perk packages, players will now be able to customize their own perk packages. And the disabled perks are Overclock and Birdseye. As far as loadout drops, this is very interesting. So the price of loadout drops is actually pretty high, but it depends what mode you're playing. So in solos, your loadout drops are going to be 8,000, duos 12,000, trios 16,000, and quads 20,000. So it goes up each player, and per player that's 5,000, but you should be finding more money. With strongholds and black sites, they've reduced the amount of damage that the AI combatants do, so those are going to be easier to manage as well. And the Champions Quest. So basically they have removed the backpack and inventory system from Warzone. There is no longer medium and large backpacks. This is to counteract people just using a whole bunch of armor plates and stims and self-revives and things like that at the end of the game. Loadout drops, a second loadout drop public event has been added, which means on the 1st and 5th circles of the match, you will receive a loadout drop, which is sweet. And then the Gulag is 1v1. There's also improvements, UI fixes, ping visibility, things like that, quality of life changes. These are all very good. DMZ, they added Ashika Island DMZ with a new weapons case, a new boss, new rewards, and new locked and dangerous places, which I think is very cool. More keys will be needed for things like that. The new faction, which is the Crown faction, which is only available for players who own Modern Warfare 2, unfortunately. New mission refresh, we knew that in Season 2 reset is happening as well. They've adjusted the contracts and things that happen throughout DMZ. And then the last interesting thing that I wanted to go into is Season 2 Reloaded. We can't wait for you to drop into all the action in Season 2, but Season 2 Reloaded is just around the corner with new content and limited time holiday event. Interesting. Players can look forward to a brand new raid episode, new multiplayer modes, a new 6v6 multiplayer map. I love that they actually added that in. They've said we're getting a new map, and I'm assuming that is what it is, what we are looking at there. It looks pretty interesting, and more. Also, Season 3 is confirmed as well, like we didn't know that was happening. Our teams are hard at work on Season 3 and beyond and are excited to share some of the awesome new content ahead. Gunfight returns to multiplayer with new maps in each season. Plunder returns to Warzone, and Warzone Ranked confirmed. They are officially doing ranked play in Warzone. That's pretty exciting. So they're announcing these big things, and of course there's going to be more coming with that as well. So we have a raid in Season 2 Reloaded, we have Warzone Ranked, we have Gunfight returning with new maps every season, and Plunder coming back in the future as well. So essentially that's everything that changed within Season 2. The patch notes are way better than I thought they were going to be. I will say that right now. I'm sure I missed stuff because I was just trying to scroll through it and go through it as fast as possible. But big stuff coming. I wanted to cover as much as I could. There was a lot to talk about there. So if you enjoyed the video, found it informative, please hit that like button, subscribe to stay up to date on all my videos. I got plenty more coming, and we're going to dive into the Battle Pass coming up soon. So hit that like button if you enjoyed. And until next video, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're